Or a more realistic version of the Lion King's Pumbaa? What are these devil-like cousins of koala bears? And what about this surprising contender that doesn't seem all that aggressive? Let's start with the animal that made the term go ape crazy. Number 8. Gorilla. Tarzan was the first to introduce us to gorillas, and we all knew how strong they were in the movie. Their real-life version would be the mountain gorilla, and these apes are one of the most aggressive animals on Earth. As their name implies, mountain gorillas live in the forests high in the mountains. They were first spotted at the Congo Basin in 1902 at the time when research for primates started to expand. These beasts have thicker fur compared to other great apes, and they practice a social behavior that would entitle them to a reputation for being one of the fiercest creatures of the jungle. Gorillas live in communities, most of which have 30 members in a pack. The group is led by one dominant, older adult male, often called a silverback because of the swath of silver hair that adorns his otherwise dark fur. The leader ape is in charge of organizing activities for the group to ensure their survival in the forest. When in danger, the silverback gorilla takes charge in driving or challenging these predators away from the pack. But despite these displays and the animal's obvious physical power, gorillas are generally calm and non-aggressive, unless they're disturbed. Number 7. Black rhinoceros. Rhinos already strut the fierce look with their stubby 1,000-pound body and horn. But their intimidation doesn't just come from the way they stand, but also from the way they move and act around their predators. The black rhinoceros, or hook-lipped rhinoceros, is a species of rhinoceros native to eastern and southern Africa. These animals are generally thought to be solitary, with the only strong bond existing between a mother and her calf. These rhinos are known for their ill-tempered and unpredictable personalities. They may even come charging at unfamiliar sounds or smells when the chance arises. Black rhinos have a reputation for being extremely aggressive, and they've even been observed to charge at each other. They even have the highest rates of mortal combat recorded for any mammal. Adult rhinos normally have no natural predators thanks to their imposing size, as well as their thick skin and deadly horns. However, adult black rhinos have fallen prey to crocodiles in exceptional circumstances. Calves and very seldom small subadults may be preyed upon by lions as well. Number 6. Wild boar. The wild boar, also known as the wild swine, is native to much of Eurasia and North Africa, but it can also be found in some parts of the Americas and Oceania. A lot of interesting facts hover over these boars. Did you know that these boars are often 120 centimeters in height and are known to weigh 100 kilograms or more? They have a social hierarchy that is based on power, and they have a dominator-subordinate relationship that determines who gets to have the first dibs on resources, especially during scarce periods. For this relationship to be determined, a boar starts with a challenge, mostly with grunting and posturing. If another boar takes the challenge, he will be approached with a stiff-legged gait, bristles up, and a headbutt match would begin. These boars use their tusks to fight in challenges and in dangerous situations. They will even chase hunters if they feel threatened. Most animals would be dangerous to humans if they wanted to attack. Wild boars, on the other hand, attack for many reasons, and they have tusks and lots of strength to help them make an effective strike. In addition, wild boars pretty much eat anything that's most accessible to them, so you've been warned. Number 5. Saltwater crocodile. You'd be surprised to know that the fear of swimming with crocodiles is not only limited to swimming in rivers, creeks, streams, and lakes. When swimming out on the beach, you might just get to encounter the saltwater crocodile, a beast that could possibly haunt or hunt you for the rest of your trip. Saltwater crocs are more often than not found in freshwater areas, but they can also wander around brackish water as it's the only known croc species that can survive in the salinity level. It is the largest of all crocodiles and only the second reptile other than the Nile crocodile that would actually consume human beings. Saltwater crocodiles eat anything with meat on it. The average male measures about 5 to 7 meters long and can weigh about 450 to 1,000 kilograms at a time. With this kind of weight, together with a jaw strength that could instantly kill a cow, it's evident as to why salties, as they're often called, dominate both land and water environments. In addition to being excellent navigators, saltwater crocodiles are also champion swimmers. Some sailors in the past have reported seeing these ferocious reptiles far out at sea, swimming about with animals like whales and sharks. The area where they're most likely found is in eastern India, southern Asia, and northern Australia. Saltwater crocodiles are opportunistic when looking for prey. They don't actively hunt their prey, but rather ambush them using their amazing stealth. Unlike other animals, however, this type of carnivorous behavior is not taught to these reptiles by older, wiser generations. For years, scientists have debated whether predatory animals such as the saltwater crocodile are born with aggressive instincts or they learn it as they grow up in the wild. But one recent study suggests that these ferocious reptiles come out of the womb ready to bare teeth and bite. Number 4. Tasmanian Devil. Anyone who's gone to Australia will always tell you that devils live around the continent and that they have a blood-curdling scream. If you get to hear one of these screams at the dead of night, stay away from it, but don't panic, because that just might be a small Tasmanian devil. Tasmanian devils are small marsupials with rat-like features, sharp teeth, and coarse black or brown fur. Diminutive as they may be, don't be fooled. This creature has a fighting style that's quite intimidating. They bare their teeth, lunge, and emit loud, blood-turning shrieks in the dark hours that made early settlers imagine demons had surrounded them in the wilderness. And that's how they were dubbed Tasmanian Devils. Even their mating habits can be incredibly aggressive, with male and female devils prone to biting one another both during and after the act. That could be deadly for the devils, but they seem pretty accustomed to the pain. Males were much more likely than females to pick up high numbers of bite wounds, as interactions with females and fights with other males tend to leave them worse for wear. These little devils don't often go near humans, but if they do, they have a bite so powerful they could crush bones. Tasmanian devils deliver the strongest bite for its size of any mammal in the world. Their oversized heads allow them to open their jaws up to 80 degrees wide, and their jaws carry enough brute force to kill prey within seconds. A little morbid, these little monsters sleep inside their dead prey so they can wake and continue eating days after, until their prey is essentially all skin left. Ugh, there goes my appetite. Number 3. Cassowary. Cassowaries are very wary of humans, but they sometimes get curious, and if provoked, they are capable of inflicting serious, even fatal injuries to people. After all, they don't get the title the world's most dangerous bird and not live up to its name. It's well known that cassowaries can be dangerous. They're the only birds known to have definitely killed humans. In mainland Australia, the most recent recorded fatality happened in April 1926, when a 16-year-old boy received an injury to the throat after running from a cassowary and falling to the ground, leading to a series of talon stabs the cassowary did to the boy's skin. Attacking cassowaries charge and kick, sometimes jumping on top of the victim when given the chance. Unlike their cousin emus, which can only kick backwards, cassowaries can kick in a forward and downward direction. And if that's not enough, these birds can also do serious damage through pecks, barges, and headbutts. Serious injuries resulting from cassowary attacks are often when a person is crouching or has fallen to the ground. These birds love to chase, so when confronted with a charging cassowary, it's unwise to turn one's back on the bird. Some claims say that jogging incites cassowaries to attack, but that may be just a theory, as walking people have been attacked more frequently than joggers. Number 2. Hippopotamus. In Greek, hippopotamus means river horse or water horse, because these animals tend to live nearby water supplies. Don't be fooled though, they may like living near rivers, but that doesn't mean that they can't get out of it from time to time. In fact, hippos have more kills on land than in water. A hippopotamus even has an estimated kill of 500 people per year in Africa. Hippos are aggressive creatures, and they have very sharp teeth. At up to 2,750 kilograms, they could crush a human to death if they wanted to. Hippos are aggressive because they will readily defend their territory both in and out of the water. They will attack and capsize boats and will not tolerate humans getting between them and the water. Females are particularly defensive and aggressive if anyone gets between them and their young. If a hippo does happen to attack, the odds of living through it depend on whether you can get away or not. Sadly, if a hippo can grab you, the odds of escaping alive are slim. Hippos really only attack people that have entered into what they consider their territory. On land, hippos aren't generally territorial, but getting close is still a bad idea. Despite their stocky legs, an angry hippo can easily outpace a human, averaging 20 miles per hour in short bursts, whereas humans can typically only run 6 to 8 miles per hour. When you enter a hippo's territory in the water, however, things can turn nasty fast. When in Africa, keep an eye out, as you just might disturb an angry hippo. Number 1. Cape Buffalo. Last but not the least, the African buffalo, also known as the Cincerus Kaffir. The Cape buffalo is the largest sub-Saharan African bovine found in southern and East Africa. Contrary to belief, buffaloes are not docile. Though they won't come charging at you for no reason, they do have a reputation of lying in wait for pursuers and charging at the last minute. Old bulls that have left the herd tend to be more aggressive and may even come charging if they think you're a predator. They play a dangerous game, one that ensures their place in Africa's Big Five, a term coined years ago to categorize the most dangerous game to hunt on foot. Nowadays, the Big Five is simply a marketing name for big game and elusive cats that safari goers eagerly seek to find. Decades ago, when hunting the Big Five was a thing, it was said that the buffalo killed more hunters in Africa than any other animal. When wounded, they become more aggressive and angrier. They would seek revenge on the hunter and even remember the encounter the following day. If wounded, they would circle their enemy and counterattack instead of fleeing. So remember, when out in the wild pastures of Africa, do not anger a buffalo, and if you come across their path, they will charge instead of fleeing. A mother protecting her calf can be dangerous, a wounded buffalo can be lethal, and an old bull past its prime is nothing short of insecure and grumpy.